What's up guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be hopping into my 2009 BMW 135i. So for starters, the first reason I even chose this car is because of the engine inside of it. Let's take a look at it. So for those of you who don't know what engine this is, you may know it from a 335i. It is the N54. It's an inline six twin turbo engine from factory. It's BMW's first ever turbocharged engine. Now the thing that makes the engine so great is it's very similar to a 2JZ in the sense that you can throw power at it pretty easily. Very tunable engine, sounds really good, but it's not as reliable as a 2J. So these engines come with about 310 brake horsepower from factory, but that's pretty easy to overcome. All it takes is an MHD Stage 2 Plus tune, and you're already making 420 wheel horsepower with E30. And if those of you don't know what E30 is, it's a mixed blend between 91 and E85. So it's about 9 gallons of 91 and 4 gallons of 85. Another big reason why I chose this car is because of the chassis. So it is a two-door, it's a coupe. It does have back seats. However, I ripped those back seats out to save a little weight. Well, we have weight reduction on the front too. Don't mind the hood. It's getting re-clear coated. It's gonna get wrapped the color of the car. This thing's getting a facelift, all kinds of different stuff. It's just been down, so I haven't been giving it as much love as I would like to. But it's been treating me a little mean. So nonetheless, guys, this chassis is insane to build, man. I mean, you can make anything from a serious track car to a serious drag car. It just depended on what route you want to go. I mean, you got a lot of fast straight line guys who can go 15-inch welds, which I'm contemplating. In the rear, to put the power down, it's gonna make a little over 600 wheel horsepower, 650 tops. That's why I kind of feel like going that route. But my first intentions with this car was to build a track weapon. However, it's just a little more on the expensive side. So for those of you guys who are trying to do that, just be aware that it is gonna cost a lot. It's gonna be a lot of wear and tear on the car when you're tracking it, more so than when you're dragging it, because you're using a lot more of the chassis. Like I said, guys, the chassis is super stiff. It's stiff from factory, and as soon as you throw a set of coilovers on it, like I have KW V2 coilovers right now, the car gets really nimble, gets super direct with where you point the wheel. So I definitely love that aspect of the car. Another major factor to this car and what makes it so great, this isn't even an M car. This is just a good old 135i, and it comes from factory with 6-piston Brembo brakes. Now to give you some perspective on that, M cars at the time didn't even come with 6-piston Brembos. To throw 6-piston Brembos on a car that weighs just a little bit over 3,000 pounds with an inline 6 twin turbo is just absolute madness. BMW knew exactly what they were doing when they made this car. It's basically a Frankenstein car. This thing's crazy. Now let's get into what makes this car so good. Not only is it rear-wheel drive, but the car comes with a full setup 6-speed manual transmission. It's got the ZF in it, so if those of you want to make power, I believe it's rated for upwards of 1,000 wheel horsepower. From what I was told by many people, I've read it in forums, could be crazy. I don't really know too much about the ZFs. I just know they're fantastic. You can abuse them. I know full-blown race car drivers who use them in their drift cars, and it's a stock transmission from BMW, so that says a lot. But the last thing that makes this car so special to me is the fact that not a lot of people knew about it. It's definitely on the rise now. Prices have skyrocketed. You can't find the 6-speed manuals anywhere, and it was even impossible to find 3 years ago when I first got it. The price point, I think when I got mine, I was at 50,000 miles, and I got it for about 18 grand. Bottom line, nobody knew about the car at the time. It was just this slept-on gem. Now people were starting to figure it out. People were buying them. People were selling them for crazy prices. So it is really cool to see that people are starting to jump on the 1 Series train. I even made a TikTok video about 2 days ago saying that the E82s are here for 2022. They're on the takeover. They're on the rise. Got a lot of really fast dudes building these cars out lately. We got Gasson, Precision Dynamics, who's making some crazy power on this thing. I'll share with you guys a little bit about what I'm doing to my build for those of you who don't already know, and kind of give you guys an example of what you could do, give you some ideas to bounce off of and figure out if you ever want to go with this platform. Just the possibilities of this. The car is twin turbo from factory, like I just said before. I'm doing upgraded Stage 2 pure high flow turbos, as well as all the upgraded bolt-ons from VRSF. I'm gonna take it to Vivid Racing in Arizona and get it dyno tuned, and it's gonna make upwards of 600 horsepower to the wheels, I'm assuming. I don't wanna go past that because that's when you start to bend rods and break stuff in the engine, and the turbos are only rated for 750 wheels. Probably a little more than that, honestly, but I'm not too sure. But I'm doing upgraded turbos, port injection. Like I have my Stage 4, high pressure fuel pump? But I have a Stage 4 fuel pump sitting in the back of this car. All my fuel lines, I'm just waiting for an upgraded intake manifold so that I can directly spray the E85 and get that fast boy juice. It's just that corn just makes it so fast. But anyway, that's what I'm doing, guys. It's really expensive. The car is on a Stage 2 Plus MHD tune right now. It is making 420 wheel horsepower, give or take. I don't really know. Let's just call it 400 wheel horsepower. But it's a lot for this chassis. It's a lot for this little thing because it just gets moving like a rocket. I can't grip up for the life of me. These tires need to go. I need to get those 15-inch welds on the back or something so that when we're throwing down power, baby, we're on the dyno, we're getting all power to the ground. Nonetheless, that isn't to go without saying. This car has had its fair, oh my lord, share
to catch something on fire
of problems. This thing's been sitting for like 6 months. That's why it looks so ugly and so beat up. Aww. Is because it's been sitting. It's had electrical issues. Had to replace the valve cover gasket, all the injectors, which is the biggest thing. We're gonna get into that in a later video. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys why I love this car, why I chose it. I love all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Expect a ton of 1 Series content and a ton of more things, crazy events we're gonna go to. Julius is with us as always. It's a good day. I got the car back, it runs, it starts, it's a good day. I love all of you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.